My service is Xfinity Live. It's on Verizon Towers, and they be shutting me down. Service so bad. Let me pop this open because I got an ice eating addiction. But yeah, y'all, I couldn't resist. I had to watch it. And if you come across it, I think you should watch it too. Because I think they're going to come right through and switch and alter some of the stuff that we've seen in that episode. Because you know they'll always be like, oh, that wasn't the final cut or that wasn't the final edit. And I feel like with shows, they shoot multiple scene endings anyway. A lot of times with shows and movies, they shoot alternate versions of the show. So since this one came out, they might do it over. Yes, I'm fine. This is my bad phone service. My phone service is on Verizon Towers, and they be shutting me down. If I ain't on Wi-Fi, they be shutting me down. But yeah, Braden is bad. I can't wait to get rid of them. As soon as my contract is up, they done. Finito. They done. But yeah, I'm proud of Braden. He stepped up. Braden turned into a real thug. The way he pushed his uncle over the edge, I was like, ooh, I ain't think he was going to do it. He is. He's Tommy Jr. Like, dead serious. Like, and I feel like he's the perfect person to work with Tariq because of the connections and stuff that he has. And Braden is only into the street stuff for the excitement. Like, Braden didn't know that his own family was criminals. Like, he grew up believing that everything in his life was going straight and going the way it needed to be. But also with that Ponzi scheme, yes, they do need each other. And I think Braden realized that after he told him that he wanted out. But with that Ponzi scheme, it's just like, and then plus with his family getting jammed up with that Ponzi scheme thing, money get ready to get different for the Westons. So it ain't no telling. You probably gonna need that drug money. But the whole Ponzi scheme thing was getting ready to come to a head anyway, because Tate already had the drop on that, and he was already, about to expose them anyway. But the guy that was working with his fiance, with Tate's fiance, he was saying that they had been investigating them for a while, and they had so much paperwork and information on them, and they kept trying to, get an interview and everything with them. But they basically was like, we got all we need to indict them. And you knew the uncle was going to run off, because that's what they always do. Like, people that do stuff like that, they're going to run off. But remember on the part when Braden and Tariq was talking, and he was like, yo, sometimes, like, you can't just bail out when things get hard. No, his uncle was going, yeah, oh, for sure. So that's why I feel like in that moment, Braden realized, look, I got to make a choice. But remember when him and Tariq was talking, and he was like, yo, you don't just bail on stuff when it get hard. Like, this is what you got to do. And then it's like, remember when the investigators came to their house, to the Weston house, and then the dad went outside, and the dad says to Braden, sometimes you got to do the hard thing. Like, sometimes you just got to do the hard thing. I'm like, oh, Braden dad just put the battery in his bag. Braden going to tear something up. And when he got that confirmation from his dad, that was a similar conversation with what he had with Tariq, I knew that he was getting ready to become a killer. Like, right at that point, I'm like, Braden about to get real dangerous. But I didn't know he was going to turn up like that. Like, Braden really turned up. Like, he really jumped in his bag. I didn't think he was going to go out like that. His uncle was such a shyster, though, because he had everything mapped out already as to how he was going to do it and bail on them and everything. And Braden, all like, you know, family, thinking that his family is really going to protect him or look out for him. And when his uncle told him, like, look, by the time I get done telling on y'all little drug ring y'all got going on, they ain't even gonna be worried about me and this Ponzi scheme. He already had that mapped out. So he never thought in a million years that his nephew would push him over their balcony. But that's what you get. I thought he was gonna fall a little bit further than that, because I'm like, the distance that he fell, it's a possibility he could have survived, but I don't think he survived. The black girl that works in the office, that was working in the office with the uncle, right? I think she was banging the uncle too. I think the one that was in on the Ponzi scheme that knew about it, I think she was banging the uncle. But of course she's not gonna come out and say that. But yeah, she was banging the uncle. He probably was tossing her a little couple dollars on the side. And she was keeping her mouth shut and she was holding it down. But she probably had a major part in the books as well, like in the actual process of the scheme as well, because she was too pressed to get away too. Like, she was too pressed to go back to wherever her hometown is. So I was like, she a little bit more involved than she's leading on. But she tried to make it seem like she wants to turn her life around. But people like her, 9 times out of 10, she just gonna go somewhere else and do something similar. Because people get used to that money, and then when they gotta make regular money, it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do something illegal. But I can't believe. Do you think they're going to give us an alternate ending? You think they're going to switch it up on us? Because they got a couple weeks for the finale come on. But it was so good. Now, at the end, at that shootout at the end, I had to rewind it because I'm like, dang. I'm like, did Kane get shot? But I seen when Braden first bust through with them first couple shots, I seen Kane spin. And then it was like he was behind the wall or something and he was shooting back at Braden. But then they ran out so quick that it was like, I'm almost certain he got hit. Kane dropped the gun. He did. I saw that. But then it was like he was firing from behind one of those racks or something. Because I did see him shooting his gun after that, because I rewinded it a couple times. But I definitely think he got hit. I don't know where, but I don't think Kane is going to die. But I'm just anxious to see how this whole Tariq, Diana, and Drew thing is going to play out. Because Drew is an emotional bundle of sticks, and I'm sick of him. It was Effie and Drew shooting back after he dropped the gun. I thought I seen Kane, because Kane had the white jacket on. I meant the black jacket that was like white right here. And I had rewinded it, and it seemed like he was shooting back at a point. Like maybe he slid off and probably backed up behind something. But I don't know. Now, see, you're going to make me go back and watch it again. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and watch it again. Because I feel like yeah, her feelings is hurt. Effie feelings is hurt because she feel like Tariq picked all them other girls over her, and she don't understand why. But she forget that he's a street guy first, and the fact that she snitched on him at Choate and got him thrown out the school and all of this shenanigans that transpired with that, that's always going to be in the back of Tariq's head. He's never going to take you the way how you think. Yeah, it's cool for him to do business with you and all of that and play with you and act like he going to be something with you, but I don't think Tariq, I think he wanted Lauren the most, because guys like him normally go for girls like Lauren, like girls that's completely oblivious to the whole lifestyle. Like, Effie too into it. she in too deep for him to take her seriously and be his be his girlfriend, I think. Hey, did you see Power Girl? Did you see the leaked episodes of Power Girl? Lauren over with Effie. Yes, girl, you got to get with the fire stick, girl. You got to get with the fire stick. Let me know if you ain't got it, girl, because I will send it to you, okay? I can't believe it. And you can't hear me? Oh, my service must be going out again. Let me see. Okay, I'm back. All right. Yeah. Lauren and Effie is I think more going to come from that. I think more is going to come from that. Thank you for letting me know. I think more is going to come from that because I feel like they hate each other so much. And I feel like Effie might come after her again if they ever cross paths. But something tells me that since Lauren and her family packed up, I don't think they're going to come. I don't think they're ever going to see Lauren again. Like, I don't think Tariq is ever going to see Lauren again. But I think he really genuinely wanted to be with Lauren out of all of the other girls. And Lauren, she's so scared. When she came out with the steak knife, when she came out to meet Tariq and she had the steak knife, I was cracking up. I'm thinking to myself, girl, you walking up to 3 killers with a steak knife? You can't do nothing with none of them. Like, they are literally seasoned killers. Like, you can't do nothing with them. That little butter knife you had, girl, you was going to look up and that thing, you would have got stabbed with it. But I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that they leaked the show. And I can't believe I watched it. I think he was in love. You think he was in love with Effie? I don't think so. Because, like, remember when they was at Choke and they was like, you know, being a little flirtatious and playing with each other and all of that. But once she snitched on him and got him in all of that trouble, because that was the beginning of him getting into so much trouble when he got kicked out of that school. Yes, it was over. Once he got kicked out, he was sick of her. But she was convenient for him because she knew the drug game. So, and she was like a school kid. So that was convenient for him to try to, you know, to hide his business. But I don't know. They all tell so much. They all rats. Because even Tariq, what he did with the Russians, telling them that their shipment was coming in and getting the Russians book from Tate, telling Tate that their shipment was coming in, that's rad. It is. Like, although they was coming after y'all, so you had to think fast and you had to do something because y'all was at war. But does the war have to end with you ratting? Jesus Christ. It's a tough crowd. Remember, he was getting close. I really do feel like he had started a family war. You think so? You think so? Yeah, they some rats. They all is some rats. And they all is. But I think Tariq is the least treacherous with his telling. Like, the reason why he told, I get it, because he didn't want nobody else to get killed, and he didn't want, you know, he just wanted the war to stop. But telling's still crazy. Like, you could have came up with something else. Like, now I was sick of Noma and them at first, but because it's like y'all incorporating these new people in the 11th hour. But they cool now. Like I think I like them. I like them now on the show. It's so crazy. Yeah, it's so crazy that they all just, I'm telling. But what a lot of street people don't realize about the game and about the business, that's a part of the game. Telling is actually a part of the game, because at some point somebody gonna tell. He was yeah, he did. But then I feel like Effie started getting a little too messy, and it was kind of giving like Fed vibes. Like I was kind of unsure of whether she was working with the police or not at one point, because she was just too, like, she was moving too funny. Like she was just doing a whole lot. And even with the Lauren part, like, you not a killer. Like, you call yourself, you took the initiative to take the killing role from Braden, and you didn't even kill the girl. You didn't kill her. You let her roll into the river, or you let her roll into that water, and you wasn't even sure she was dead first. You was sloppy. That was a sloppy kill. And that's normally what happens. But she lucky she got out of there, because I thought Effie was about to be toast. I thought she was done. I'm like, oh, you done got caught with an attempt. You're done. Like, but I never thought in a million years they would be able to coerce. I never thought in a million years they would be able to coerce Lauren into, lying. But she did it and got Effie right up out of there. Yeah, who do you think did that? Because I was confused by that. Like, was it Monet? Was it Kane? Or was it Effie? I mean, not Effie. Was it Lauren? Because remember, Tariq had met up with her. They had all met up, and he was like, look, if you testify, something gonna happen to your family. And he was like, it's gonna get real dangerous for you. So you think it was Monet? It could have very well been. But I hate how Monet treats her kids. And when she got in that car with Diana, when Diana set her up to get killed, I feel like Monet kind of knew what was going on a little bit, and she was manipulating her, like, as far as telling her, oh, this is the only way I know how to show y'all love, and we hustlers. I feel like she started pulling on her heartstrings with the story that she was telling, as far as why she's so hard on them and why she's so rough. And then you look up, she getting hit up. And then I had to rewind that part again, because I'm like, oh my God, who shot her? I'm like, Tariq ain't do it. And then when I rewinded and I heard him say mom, and I'm like, that wasn't his mom. And I rewinded it back, and I was like, oh my God, it's his mom. I couldn't take it. That blew me away. Remember the lady and Tasha that same phone in jail? Yes. She did. That is the same exact lady. So maybe she did do it. It probably was Monet then. It probably was her. Because they never even elaborated on that part. Like, she said something about it when I think somebody came to visit her. It might have been a lawyer. But how about that horrible acting? How did you feel about Method Man's horrible acting when his brother got killed? Because some people was like, oh, he did a good job, he deserved to win an award. But for me, it just wasn't working. I didn't see anything award worthy. Like, he was so dry. Like, you were supposed to fall out, you were supposed to faint, you were supposed to start drooling, everything. Like, Your brother just killed himself right in front of your face. Like, you were supposed to start falling out screaming. It wasn't working. Like, he was extra dry. Like, no. He was acting like his ice cream sandwich just fell on the floor or something. Like, you was not acting like your brother just shot somebody and committed suicide in front of you. You wasn't acting like that. But in his defense, when people act and people do certain things like that, you can see their real actual personality. Because but Michael Rainey is a professional. Like, you could tell he's a professional. He was flabbergasted that they happened like that. Like, and Tariq is a cold killer. And his reaction was, oh my God, I'm blown away. Like, I can't even believe this. Method Man, on the other hand, no. But I feel like Method Man done seen that in his life so many times that he's probably desensitized to that, and he probably don't really have no reaction to it. So that was his real personality coming out in that scene, I feel like. What you think? Cause he couldn't bring it up. And I feel like he does good as a lawyer, though. Like, I feel like he acts great as a lawyer. I feel like he's great as a lawyer. But that death scene, they should have never did that. Or they should have just, you know how they show it where you'll see them like shoot the gun or whatever, and then it just go black. Like, that's what they should have did. They should have did the black screen, and they should have never even showed Method Man, because somebody on that team should have just stopped him and been like, this ain't it. Like, bro, you doing amazing in the lawyer role and everything, but this death scene, this ain't working. Yeah, but you see, I did see a personality switch with him as far as when his brother got killed, because he started talking crazy. Like, he started telling Tariq everybody had to go. Like, look, you gonna have to kill Lauren, you gonna have to kill Effie, like, you gonna have to kill these hoes, because I ain't going to jail. Like, that's basically the energy that he was giving up. Yeah, he's definitely getting better and better with every episode, and I do like him. Like I said, I do like him, but those real serious sentimental scenes, you need to stay away from them, because that's not your strong suit. That is not your strong point. But I like him, though. He was like, yeah, he started going through it like, look, kill all them hoes. Like, they a problem on the streets out here for me right now. Like, and Tariq like, yo, what are you saying? Like, what type of time is you on? Like, when did you getting so into killing? But even with Braden, so, you know, in real life they say it's always easier to do it the second time. So once Braden pushed that uncle over that balcony, nope, that was it for him. Braden's like, all right, I'm ready, I done did it, and it was my family member, the rest of y'all can get it. Braden came right through. And plus, I'm glad that he finally did something to stand up to Kane, because I was so sick of the way Kane would treat him. Although he cracks me up when he calls him a white name like Michael Bolton or Taylor Swift or whatever little white name he be calling him, or like Johnny Bravo, whatever white name he comes up with, it cracks me up. But he be so mean to Braden. Like, when Braden pulled up to meet up with him, when he wanted to talk to him, and Kane hit him in his stomach with the car door, I'm like, why? And put him in the hospital. I'm like, man, why are you doing the little white boy, little punk white boy like that? He only wanted to be your friend. Right, that was so funny. That was so funny, yes. Because when they came in their house, they was so scared. The mom was so scared. When Kane pulled that gun, she was like, whoa! I'm like, yo, you know white people be so scared. Like, that was so funny. I like that part too. Like, it was just so good. Like, I don't even care. Like, if that is the real Power, I don't mind. Like, it was really, really good. Yeah, he funny. He was funny for that. But at the end of the day, y'all stole their money. Like, regardless to whether your uncle is dead or not, you do still owe those people because they invested with your company. So if they're saying at any moment when you get with an investor, if you tell them that you need to take a certain amount of money out or that you want to take all your money out, period, they're not supposed to give you no kickback. If they give you a kickback, it's a scam. They done spent your money. They don't have it. They took your money and they invested in their lifestyle to trick more people into funding their lifestyle. So that's the thing with those with those little schemes with them family businesses and them con artists, with them those investors, those investment firms rather. I thought, you know what else I thought too? I think Kiki got that bag. They might have to track her. You think so? You think so? I don't think so. I think they probably spend up all their money. They don't have the money. And they definitely don't got the money to pay nobody. Cause even you saw when Tariq told his mom, like, look, she thinking that she getting some of this money from this trust fund, and Tariq told her, like, look, mom, I invested with the Western Holdings and we ain't got no money. Ain't no trust fund girls going. They probably spent it on their lifestyle. They probably spent it to live, because a lot of times with those investment firms, you're not really investing in anything. You investing in them. So the moment you put your money in their hand, they start spending it and paying their bills and doing whatever they want to do and booking yachts and booking private jets and all of that. They don't be really doing what they're supposed to be doing with that money. And that's more common. That's more common with those investment firms than not. But I was like, ooh. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Wait a minute, I'm trying to see your next comment. They trying to block it from coming up. I don't know. Whatever your last comment was, they not showing it to me. Yeah, but I hope they do an alternate version so we get a double dose. Because it was so good, and I'm like, oh my God, I wanted to talk about it, but none of the people that I be around, they didn't watch it yet. Like, so I was like, oh, let me get on YouTube. Then I'm like, because I don't be wanting to tell, but it's kind of like, I don't be wanting to tell the full story. Like, I usually try to bring it in a roundabout fashion to where you can still watch it and you're still going to kind of be clueless, because people would click right on. Damn, I said to Tariq, go back to school. You know what? That was one of the stipulations for him to get the money, that he had to graduate from college. But now that it ain't no money to get, I don't think he do. But I think it's probably gonna be in his best interest, because that's probably gonna be in his best interest to complete school, so he can have something to fall back on if he makes it out of this situation. But I don't think he's gonna quit selling drugs. Like, I think that's who he wants to be. I think he wants to be a big time drug dealer, because he wasn't having an issue with when Noma was coming with those big shipments. He wasn't having an issue with the size of the shipment. He was having an issue with the time frame that she wanted the work moved. So I feel like Tariq, and then really be legal. Like, come on, Tariq, you could do it. Like, get your little hustle on, get your money up, and then turn it legit. Don't stick to the streets. But that's what always happens, because some people, although that's not all Tariq knows, because he knows a lot of things, but some people just get stuck with that, and they just, that's all they know, so they just keep doing it. Like, keep doing it till you go to jail. He got the beef with Diana and Effie. They all in the same. Right, and when they go to class, it be so funny because they be getting at each other, and it be about drugs though, and you know, about the things that they doing outside of the classroom. So it's funny to see them in class when the topics that they be talking about, like, they be going at each other, like, and it be so funny. That's just like Diana with that little weirdo guy that she was dealing with, that worked at the candy at the little shop that she was working at the school store she was working at. But yeah, I'm not, Diana's not my cup of tea. Effie's not my cup of tea. They both can go. I hope Monet make it, because she's such a troublemaker that I still think that dude. Which one? Which one? Which guy is a cop? The one Diana. Oh, I never even thought about that. The one that they was calling the donkey from Shrek, him. The one that she found out that he got a totally different background and he's pretending to be somebody else. Yeah, he might be the police. He might be. But Diana came up with that whole little storyline on her own. The fact that Tariq set her up with the cameras being up there, because she straight up just made that up. Like, she pulled that out of her behind and said, oh, Tariq sent me up there to them lockers because he knew that it was cameras up there. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? That makes absolutely no sense. It's like she was digging, she was looking for something to try to set Tariq up. Like, she was looking for something to try to frame him and get him involved, because when she found that paperwork under Tariq's bed, she couldn't believe that he had that file with her dad's fingerprint at Zeke's murder scene. She couldn't believe it. So I feel like she was going to do anything to get him jammed up anyway, because it makes her finding that file on Tariq, it makes him look like he was involved as well, although he ain't have nothing to do with it. And he had nothing to do with, because you know they think that he killed Sex. Tariq had nothing to do with all of the stuff that they just pinning on him. He had nothing to do with none of the stuff. All of the stuff that he's doing, they not even catching up to it. But did you peep how when they cut that gas on them people, on his lover's family, when he cut that gas on, and the mom, she was still kind of a little bit alive, and she was like, your mom did that. Like, your mom did that. And he tried to ignore. And remember, Kane asked, did she say anything? Because when Kane said, did she say anything? I was thinking, Kane must have heard what she said, but he just trying to see if Drew was going to be honest and tell what she said. So I think, where was I going at with that? Where was I going at with that? I don't know, but Drew just a real emotional homo, and I don't really like him either. The decisions that he make is based on the dick that he's getting, and I just don't, I don't like that. Because you saw your little boyfriend, and I was so glad that Kane told him, like, look, you're not going to be a basketball husband, okay? You're not going to be a basketball wife, okay? I cracked up. I hollered when he told him that, because I'm like, somebody needed to tell him. Because Mary stands by him and all his nonsense he be doing with these men he be getting with. And I don't be liking it. Like, tell him the truth the same way how you tell Kane. The same way you told Kane he was pussy whipped over Effie, you need to tell Drew, look, if you can't bump dicks with these niggas and move on, and act like you got some sense and not collect no emotional attachments all over the world, then you don't need to be doing it. Because he was just too, like, think about it. Everything that he went to go do, or everything that he got involved in, it was behind Dick. It wasn't really necessarily behind what nobody was doing. And don't get me wrong, Drew is a killer. Drew's a killer. But everything he was doing was behind that Dick. And I don't like that. I ain't like that. Let me see what you say. Yes, such a crybaby. And it's just like, why do Mary think he should be in charge when he's so emotional over everything? He's so emotional over everything. I don't understand how his boyfriend's still alive, right? The black one that was on TV with the white boy. He might be on the chopping block next season. Don't speak too soon, cause he real emotional when it come to that Dick. He be losing his mind. Cause he was really mad. When he seen him up there with his white chocolate, he couldn't take it. I think he might get him. I think he might get him next season. Yup. But yeah, they gave me a little something on that leak. I liked it. Yeah, like, look. Dick is a serious thing. That's all I got to say. And I guess when there's two of them in the room, it must get real serious. Oh my goodness. Drew gets on my nerves. Was gonna go after who? The white boyfriend? Which one? Was gonna go after the boyfriend, the white chocolate, the one that was on oh, the black one. Like when he was doing that little episode that he had, when Drew was doing a little episode and he was talking to that boy and they recorded him. You thought that possibly they might have thought that he had something to do with it. I never thought about that. That would have been smart. I never even thought about that though, because I was just too blown away by how emotional that Drew was over this whole thing. Like, okay, y'all broke up. You moved on. You was sleeping with somebody else and acting like he was your soulmate. So for you to bust out and then start crying because now you done killed the guy that you was getting it on with, and now you see the other guy you was getting it on with living his life and being, happy and comfortable with his white chocolate, and now you're mad and talking about, oh, my lover is gone. Ah. Like, you should have known better than that. And especially after you told his mom that he was okay. Like, no, everything is okay. He's a mess. He's too emotional. He's too emotional to run anything. Like, he's too emotional. Like, I don't really like him. And the other thing too is, I always say this all the time. I don't have nothing against homosexuality. I don't have nothing against it. But the way how they present this, like, I can recall 50 Cent making fun of Empire about how, it started off as one thing and then it switched to something else. But Power did the same thing with this Drew character. They brung in that homosexuality aspect, and it's just like, we not here for that. Like, for me, and for real, that don't even really go on in the streets. Because if a nigga is getting dick on the streets, you're not going to know nothing about it. Like, literally, if that's what they're doing, they're going to be on a deal. They are not going to be out in the open showing it, because I would have preferred for them to have that storyline, if anything. Niggas on the streets, if they getting dick, you ain't going to know about it. Especially if they're a hustler. They're going to present a image that everybody believes that is tough. They're going to present an image that people is not even going to try you. Like, I feel like if you're a queen, somebody might try something on you because they're going to think you soft and sweet. Like, that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes in the hood. Like, you're sweet. You like men? All right, I'm going to try to rob you. Like, because I view you as a bitch. And that's no shade. Right. But it don't even go like that in the hood. The way they showing that part, I don't really bang with that part. Because ain't nobody openly having no open gay relationship with the Connect brother and all of that. And people is knowing about it and all of that. Like, no. That's too far towards the unrealistic side for me with his character. But I just be letting it rock because I like the show. But I fell off from Empire when they started that mess because they was taking it too far. It's like, look, y'all showing more homosexual scenes than heterosexual. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to see none of it. Like I say that all the time too. I don't want to see straight people humping. I don't want to see gay people humping. If you bring them too close together like this, I could pretty much gather what happened from that point. Good. Because it wasn't nothing. At first it was cute and it was like they was bringing in, it was fine. And you wanted to see Taraji and you wanted to see, what's his name? Terrence Howard. You wanted to see them. But after a while, they started throwing too many people in it. It started getting too outrageous. The storyline started taking too many loops and turns. You couldn't keep up with all of them. So I just cut the TV off. I ain't got time. Look. And then they were just getting outrageous. Like, I ain't got time. But you did the right thing. Because like I said, season 1, it was fine. Soon as season 2 started, they just start getting real crazy. Like, But it was so good talking to you. And we're going to do an update because when it actually come on TV, we're going to talk about it again. But I hope they change it. Because it was Zach and Karen, but that's the only... You know what? I tried to watch Sisters a couple times, but I tried to watch Sisters a couple times, but I couldn't get into it. That's just like All the Queen's Men. That's the show that got Eva. Eva is like the main character in it. I tried to watch that, and it didn't work for me. It didn't. Still. But I always try to give the black shows, I try to give it a whirl or try to watch it when I do see it on. Like, if I'm not doing nothing, I'll cut the TV on and see if something will catch my eye while I'm doing something else. But other than that, yeah, don't do that one. It's like she like some type of madam or something with these male strippers or something, and I just don't like male strippers. I think they so disgusting. Like, I just and it ain't even nothing like, do you get your money, but that's just not my thing. Like, male strippers, they scare me. Like, I couldn't do it, and I wouldn't advise it. I wouldn't advise it. Because that's something that literally you got to be into that lifestyle for you to be interested in it. And I'm not one of those girls. So it's just like, no. They won't get me. Because, yeah, when you start getting a little too outrageous and a little too freaky, I'm not here for that. If I want that, I'm going to go get on Pornhub or go to the porn channel. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that kind of stuff. I just don't. It's weird to me. It's like, what am I sitting here watching? Like, is this softcore porn? Like, I can't do it. But thank you for watching me. And enjoy the rest of your day. And we're going to come back when it come on. I'm going to be back on Saturday. We're going to talk about it on Saturday when it come on this week. And then we're going to hope for the best. We're going to hope that they switch it up and give us a little something extra. Because I'm going to watch it again when it come on. Because I don't care. But see you.